welcome back to another video on my channel today. In this video today we're going to be running through a very quick setup that I've put together for the Ferrari 488 GT3 as promised in the video the other day, where I said I'd go back and make some alterations and try and get this setup out as soon as possible. Obviously we've got our pedals back now, so we're able to do it, and we've made some alterations to our setup in terms of where we've positioned the pedals, and I think it's really helped us on a lot of different games. So we've managed to get this set up what I think is feeling really stable. It feels very fast to me. The original lap we did before obviously the car got nerfed quite a bit was a 1 minute 45.8, but I did feel at that time that wasn't really pushing the limits. I didn't have the wheel calibrated properly back then. I've recalibrated my steering wheel, got it perfectly to the 1080 degrees, how I like it from other games like Assetto Corsa and iRacing, etc. And it feels a lot smoother now on the inputs that I put into the game, so it really did help me out. I don't know if it helped us out as well with the patch that came out yesterday. I think possibly the car's been buffed up a bit, made a little bit better again. It's not as fast as it used to be probably. I could see in the straight line speed the Ghost was pulling away from me, but I think with the alterations I've done to set up the car and the way I've got my steering wheel set up now, the car feels a lot more stable, and I'm able to do what I want with the car a lot more, put it where I need it to be, and we were able to pull out a very nice lap, one that I think could have been a little bit faster if we would have just got that last corner a bit better. You're going to see when we go through the track guide in a second. Made a little error on that, but anyway, we'll run through a quick track guide now, and then once we've done the track guide, we'll go through the setup and the changes we made, and I'll point out some things. So going into the last corner, obviously you're going to want to make sure you get yourself a nice clean entry and exit for the start of the lap. So going in, you can see there we're in third gear, and we're going to upshift into fourth gear very early. You can see there I tend to upshift just before on the third orange light, as you can see there. As it goes through the orange red lights there, I'm upshifting on the third. In lower gears like first, second, third, I upshift very early, pretty much just on that first orange light. So going into the first corner, we're going to look out for the 150 board on the left hand side, braking pretty much dead on that, down into second gear, take as much curb as the game will let you get away with, then down into first gear, and on the power as early as you can, and early upshifting through to second and third gear. You see how quick I change up them gears. I don't let the car rev. Revving this car will just slow you down and lose a lot of its power. The peak power is very low in the revs with this car, so you really do need to change your gear early. Then using the tunnel above our head there to use the brake reference, down into third, then second gear. Use a lot of this curb again on the left hand side. It really does help swing you through the corner, and then early upshift into third gear, and then into fourth gear. And then for the first part of Lesmo, we're going to go back down into third gear, try and stay nice and tight to this curb before putting that power down. Then into fourth gear as we come out of the corner, and then for the second part of Lesmo, we're going to go back down into second gear, third gear, sorry. Then on the power, you see we change into fourth gear before we come out the corner. It really does help keep the momentum of the car going with the peak power where the revs are. And then as we go into the next corner now, we're going to be looking to brake as that bridge above our head there. We're going to brake pretty much on that, or just past that, down into third gear, try and go over this curb a little bit, be careful not to get a corner cut, and then on the power as early as you can into fourth gear, and then power out the corner. You can see we went a lot slower in than the Ghost on that corner, but came out a lot faster. It's the old saying, slow in, fast out. It does definitely work on pretty much every game. So going into the next braking zone, 100 on the left is our braking point. We braked a little bit late, missed the apex, you can see it now. Look how much the Ghost caught us up there. But we managed to get the line okay and get the power reasonably early, which saved the lap. I think there was about another tenth or two that I could have took off that corner. We lost quite a bit, as you can see from the Ghost, and we go over the line on a 1 minute 45.783. So a very nice lap, and it's back into the 1 minute 45s on the current patch. I don't know how much they've improved it, but they probably have improved it a bit from what it was before. But it definitely feels nice again to drive, and I think our setup was really nice. So going through the setup and the changes we made, brake pressure 97. I didn't have it on a full 100%. I may try it out on full 100% again, but tire pressures, I'm not sure whether these are going to be perfect for the soft tyres, because I think in time trial it automatically switches your tyres to the hard tyres, because when you go to the information screen it says hard tyres. So you're going to probably want to change them tyre pressures down if you're running the soft tyres for qualifying. I'm not too sure how they work yet on this game with the tyre pressures for soft tyres, because I don't know whether they're actually that fast, the soft tyres. I do know that a lot of people are using hards anyway, so I'll just have to test that out when it comes to doing a race version of this setup. You can see we were running really low camber angles. We originally took this setup from Massa on the PC leaderboard, made some alterations. He had the tyre pressures really different to us, and we made a lot of alterations to them and a few other things within the setup. We've also made some further alterations after the patch yesterday, the latest patch, and mainly, I think it was mainly on the diff settings. I slightly altered the coast differential and the on power differential, so we'll have a little look at them changes now. I did alter the bias ratio of the coast as well, further towards the rear, and on the coast we upped to 30 from 25 and lowered the power down from 55 to 50. And when I did that, it did feel a lot more stable to drive. I was able to push it through the corners and get on the power and an early upshift without the rear stepping out and becoming unsettled. So it really did help, the few changes that I made from the original setup that I had. And I think it drives pretty much as I want. I think it'll be really nice in a race. I'll have to do some, there will be changes you do need to do for the race setup, like the brake ducts, etc., and any radiator and stuff like that. You're going to need to change them for race setups, but most people who play project cars do know that now. Finding the balance, the perfect spot is not that hard. You normally just do a 20 lap race and just play around with the setting. You got to make sure it does last though. If you run the radiator too low, you will blow your engine, etc. I haven't really tested out any long races on Project Cars 2 yet, so I will need to find that sweet spot of where it will pretty much reach the limit. You always want to be close to the limit, but you don't want to be too close that you're going to risk blowing your engine. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this setup. Like I say, I will do a further race alterations to this setup to see how it performs in a race, and we'll probably do some racing against the AI with this car on this track, and give the AI a good test out, see how well they drive, and if they do drive reasonably good, I'll probably do a stream racing them on quite a high setting, just to have a little battle and show you guys some racing, obviously, while giving you some advice while driving as well. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe for more Project Cars 2 setups, and obviously leave a comment in the comment section if this setup has helped you out, if you find the setup really nice to drive, if there's any issues for your driving style. Just remember that not every setup is going to be suitable for every person. Certain setups suit different people. I sometimes try other people's setups out, and it baffles me how they even get a lap together with them. So just remember that driving style is very individual, so just bear that in mind when you try any setup out. Anyway guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll be back with more videos very soon.